Are you always on your phone? Have your children perhaps told you, "Mummy, mummy, mummy, put your phone away"? Or your husband's asking you, "Look, love, you're not listening to me. Please put the phone down." It might not necessarily be the phone all the time, but we can be really guilty of not listening when we think we're great at listening, but really we're not. We're interrupting perhaps, or we're finishing up other people's sentences, or somebody's in the middle of telling you something and it reminds you of a story of your own and you jump into your own story. These are all things that we all do. And in this video, we're going to help you to learn how to more deeply and consciously listen, and how that can transform your relationships.
Hi, I'm Dylan Cox. This is Jayne Morris. We're both coaches from Balanceology. Jayne, tip 1.
So tip 1 really is to start noticing the missed opportunities that you have to be present with others. And really this starts from listening deeply within. So quite often within our own minds, we're off thinking about other things. And then when we're in contact with other people or in their presence, we're so busy off in our own heads that we're not really there. So tip 1 really is to bring yourself more present when you're on your own, noticing your thoughts, noticing what's dominating them, and then being present when you're with others and noticing again, are you actually listening to those around you? And then tip 2,
slow things down and remove all the distractions that you have around you. So if a child comes into your room and you're working in your home office and they want to ask you something, take a second to close your laptop lid or switch your phone off or just put it to the side and take a breath, take a moment, and then listen. And check in with yourself about what you want to be like when you're listening to your child. And giving yourself that little moment before will just help to set the tone and set the pace so that you can give your attention to the person who's asking you something.
And it could be also in a context with a meeting with a colleague or a phone call with a friend. It's that slowing down and dropping into that feeling in your body, noticing how you're feeling in the presence of that other person. What are they saying as much as what are they not saying? That's what takes the conversations deeper. And the quality of your attention on them actually helps them to go into a space within them where they do a better quality of thinking, a better quality of processing. So when it comes to, say, in a work context, it actually sort of up levels what's possible in that meeting, because when you're really deeply listening, the other person, they intellectually go into a greater capacity within themselves. And when you're with a child, it deepens that rapport and that feeling of being valued by you, that sense of worth, equally with your partner, not just with your children.
And that's what we mean when we talk about consciously listening. Throughout life, we unconsciously or subconsciously listen to a lot of things. It just comes in, it's automatic, we have a response, but we haven't deeply listened to what that person's talking about, and we haven't given them our undivided attention to fully absorb what they're saying and pick up on the feelings attached to the words that they're saying. And it's really important that if you can set some time aside to give somebody in your life or in your day a small window of conscious listening, it will improve your relationship with that person by an untold amount.
Yeah, the easiest way is to build that into certain kind of daily habits and rituals that are already maybe there. For example, at dinner time, really making that conscious effort that there are no phones, everything's away, you've not got the radio on or the TV on in the background, and really being present with each other, talking about, okay, so go around the table, what's the favourite thing that you experienced today, what was the best thing that happened to you in the day, and sharing those experiences and really being present to each other in the process of doing that. And then tip number 3.
Remove the noise or the things that you're listening to or watching that don't serve you, that aren't helping you. Because in today's society, we have so much information available to us, both in podcast videos like this, but this is a good one, so watch this one, and TV shows, texts, everything. The internet is just full of information. You can have that at your hand immediately, and it's very easy to get in the habit of searching for everything. If something comes in your mind, look it up. Just take a breath again, take a step back and realize not all of these things are serving you and not all of these things are helping you. And by cutting down or analysing the things that really do help and the things that you need to look up and the things that are supporting or nourishing your day, and then getting rid of the ones that don't, that are just fluff. You know, scrolling through social media for hours. We've all been there, and it doesn't really fill you with any happiness or joy. And, you know, if it may do for a short amount of time, that's fine. Build that in. But by putting boundaries in place and creating time for those things, you'll have more time to have a deep, meaningful conversation with somebody or listen in a relationship.
Yeah, and listening for yourself, because in other episodes, especially the one about burnout, you know, we talk about how when our body is communicating with us, it sends us signs and symptoms of things that we tend to override, and then we end up burning out. So one of the places where this really starts is with ourselves. It's listening for yourself so that you can then listen better to others as well. Hope you have fun with deep listening.